Hi everyone. Welcome another week, another week of live languages and collective healing intentions. This is the week 179. I'm here with Sister Kiera and I'm Ismael Rodriguez. And we are going to start with an invocation. We might do some blessings after that, and then we will see, because we never program what we will do later on. We will let channeling happen if that happens, or whatever it manifests. Shanikana wanatika wamatikanakata. Sister Kiera, she chose a number, and then that number in the index was the invocation for past lives. Supreme divine energies and powers, beloved archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Chamuel, Zadkiel, Jophiel, Haniel, Zadkiel, Jeremiel, Raguel, Raziel, Ariel, Sandalphon, and Metatron. Beloved angels, archangels, principalities, powers, virtues, dominions, thrones, cherubim, seraphim, Elohim, and Shekinah. Beloved angels of the light, love, spirit, and logos of the highest, eternal, and infinite source of omniscient, omnipotent, omnibenevolent, and omnipresent God. Beloved angels of time, angels of the past, angels of our previous incarnations and lives, angels of the true recollection and complete healing of past lives. Beloved angels of karma, divine laws, and dharma, divine plan, please surround us. Send us your brilliant, radiant light and your unconditional, boundless love. Infinite light, divine light, infinite love, divine love. Please guide us to the accurate recollection and precise awareness of our past, our previous incarnations, our past lives, and their deep, complete, and perfect healing. We co-create, express, and manifest the real and accurate recollection and the true and precise awareness of our past, our previous incarnation, our past lives. We co-create, express, and manifest deep, complete, and perfect healing of our past and our past lives, healing on all levels. We thank you from our heart and from our soul. We thank you with our whole being. We are one with you, we are one. Love and blessings for a conscious, clear, healed, and enlightened past to all, to everyone, and everything. We constantly remain in your sacred and pure angelic energy. We perfectly recollect and become totally aware of the past and our past lives, which we deeply and completely heal. Our past is the conscious, clear, healed, enlightened past that we recognize as real and true, and which we deserve and love. We are love, we are light, we are whole, we are happy, we are grateful. Thank you. Amen. Tusha amuta, oma tenitana, kuntinikanta, hosina kuana, tutsine amuka, tantaneita akuoto. Ha to te tikao kutai nita. Ha mo to sai te tini kanata. Ha mo ko tiene kao ta hatei ti tianaka. So Keira and I, before we started recording, we were having a very wonderful conversation. And few things that we share, they can be also very useful if you start practicing the light languages, of the light languages start coming through you, or you start doing sign languages, or you feel like dancing and your body moves and you don't know why it's moving, things like that, that you feel like impulses from your body, whether it's drawing, writing, any form of expression. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. Tenitin takawatina. And some of the things that we mention is playing music and then allow your arms and your body moves as the music is being played. Another thing we mention is to record yourselves as you are talking light languages. One of the first experiences I had when I tried in the past was that every time that I was pressing recording, I was getting blocked. So as I was doing that more often, I noticed that the more I forgot that I pressed the recording, so I was just pressing the recording from the very beginning. I was meeting someone, and so after 30 minutes or I don't know, 1 hour, I was completely forgetting that the recording was on, and then things started flowing more easily. So the same thing we can do if we are in our own, just recording ourselves. Press recording, do whatever exercise you like to do, painting, and then there is a moment that you are so much into that painting, so much into doing something that you already do and that you already know that you are capable to do, that you forget completely that you are recording. And at that point, suddenly you become love. Suddenly you relax, you let yourself flow, and then you can start expressing the light languages more easily. Why? Because the light languages, they just come out when you are in that flow of love. You have to be in that flow. They might come when you are having a very beautiful conversation with someone, just because you are already in that frequency of love. So they just come straight away when you less expect them. The same thing is when we do it in our own. So that's something we mentioned before. We mentioned drawing as well. So if you like painting, start painting. Also, we mentioned the instruments. Use drumming, any music that you like, any musical instrument that you like playing, start playing. But I would recommend instruments like percussions, because they are this type of instruments that they don't make you think too much on where you have to put. Like if I think of my guitar, sometimes I need to think where to put my fingers. So from the moment I start thinking where to put for every chord my fingers, I completely disconnect from the flow. So that's why I would recommend always, what I find more effective, in my opinion, is drumming or something that is easy to play and follow. Sini nikamu saisanu te mikana. Your own voice. With your own voice, this is the best instrument the human the humankind can have is your own voice. So start playing with your own voice. There are million videos in the YouTube that they train you with exercises of how to do all the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, all the notes, all the scale. Practice that, and then practice sounds. Everything connected to frequencies, and especially that instrument, our own vocal cords. It's so powerful. It's so powerful, and trigger the light languages in such an effective way. So these are some of the things that if you are in the beginning, like sort of demonstrating to yourself that you can do the light languages, that you can channel them, these are things that will help you a lot. Sometimes we have conversation before playing recording that sometimes I feel like, oh my God, that was so important. If people should also listen to this, but that's why it doesn't. It's not a problem to repeat again what we said. And if it's something else comes, I will share it. Do you remember something else that we mentioned, Keira? That maybe
Music,
help?
dancing, and
Music, dancing, meditation is also very important. Meditation. Allow yourself to do meditation without expectation, without timing yourself. If you only have 1 hour one day or 30 minutes, okay, do 30 minutes on 1 hour. That is already good. It's gonna be always beneficial. But if you get days where you can just don't control the time, wow, even better, because the magic happens when we don't put any control. The same thing happened with any session that I offer. When I don't put a time limitation, the magic happens much more. But every therapist has its own ways. In my sessions, I don't put time limitation because of that, because I like to let the higher selves express anything that needs to express to that person that day. So if the higher self decides to spend 3 hours, we spend 3 hours together. If the higher self decides 12 hours and a half, which was the maximum of the one of my sessions, yeah, I was so connected to the session that I didn't even see that the 12 hours and a half passed. And that was a quantum hypnosis session. We were just flowing in the same dimension, both of us. And we channeled like 12 entities, different entities through the same person. So I found that in my experience, that in every exercise, you don't put time limitation. You are not controlling with the mind anything. You are not putting control. You are not, you don't create limitation. And so you flow, and whenever your light languages get activated, from the moment that something is limiting you, it gets blocked straight away. From the moment you just let them flow and go, and yes, your mind can be maybe having a conversation with your own self, like judging. Doesn't mean we've been like more like myself. I've been like 4 years now speaking them since 2019. Yeah, practically 4 years. When they flow now, if someone asks me, do you still judge yourself when you speak them? And I say, yeah, I do. Because the mind speaks by itself, often speaks by itself. Now, do I let the mind to interfere and block me speaking the light languages? No. So if you are trying to silence the mind when you are in a meditation, personally, I don't do that. If you are practicing meditation and someone try to tell you silence your mind, to me, it's not a good technique because the mind is gonna interfere anytime the mind wants. It's like it's alive by itself and it has its own way, let's say. And the good thing is when you learn how to coordinate in alignment with your mind and everything else that you do. So with the light languages, when I speak them, yeah, there sometimes I'm saying, what is that? Is that lion? Or is that from the angelic? What is that? What is that? And the mind is talking there. Ba, 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 ba. But I just don't put attention. I am listening to what the mind is saying, but I'm not paying attention. I'm just allowing the love flow through my heart, and I feel the flow of the light languages through my throat, and it's like a lot of energy coming out through the throat and the heart. Tisana wotsiamuka nas isamu seniti anakuote nitanuba tuma sanamamuku niniki nitakuana sana sanokoto tokoana kata. Gradually, your solar plexus connects also with the like a 3 again, and the solar plexus is what gives you that sense of type of grounding, but grounding with the universe, grounding with the certainty of what you are doing is true, what you are doing is real. That connection that you start feeling in your guts, like saying, wow, this is amazing. And you just feel it. It's not only the impression here in your heart, it's the knowingness, the knowing that that is truly amazing, and the knowing that's something I get from my solar plexus. Is what tells me that whatever I'm doing has sense. Also, the effects that I see in the people's faces in the group. If there is a group of 5, there is a group of 1, if there is a group of as many people that they might be there that day, I see the people's faces and I see them changing. I see the effect. So that to me is more than enough. Now, do I depend on that only? No, because if you depend on that only, you can get very distracted. And if something happens, someone who is looking at you like a little bit weird, you might think, what have I done wrong? What is not working? So you get into a cycle that you just dig your own hole, and you really block yourself. How to keep flowing, learning how to trust, how practicing. That's why we say practicing a lot. Practice is not just for the sake of practice. Practice is not for you to learn, because these things that we develop, they are not being developed because you are learning them. You are not learning. They are already inside you. We are just learning how to allow them to come out. That's very important also to understand that, because sometimes there are people who come and they ask me, I want you to teach me light languages. And I say, no, I'm not going to teach you light languages, because that is impossible. It's totally impossible. I might create an activation, but even the activation is going to be you who allows the activations to happen. So at the end of the day, it's you doing everything. But yeah, we can support each other by being just love. Anis itana kotana. The intention is super powerful. Any intention out of love is magic. So to learn to trust that when you are in public with someone, is so important. You might not have the outcome from the people straight away, but you need to trust that whatever you are throwing out there is out of love. And as it is out of love, it's going to do good sooner or later. Usually with light languages, it's straight away. That's why I love them so much, because they are so effective. They are so fun. And if there are some people around who they already are in the beginning of recognizing them, again, I say it's not learning, it's recognizing and remembering these light languages often is an aspect of ourselves that we tune into the same frequency, and then we just channel that entity. That if it's an aboriginal, we just speak the aboriginal. If it's there was a moment I was speaking old Greek, not even the Greek that people speak nowadays, old Greek that they only speak in Cyprus or in Crete. But in Greece, what is the country, Greece, they don't speak that language anymore. And suddenly I was speaking that language. How did I speak if I never studied that here on earth? Never here never in this lifetime. In other lifetimes, of course, I was there in Greece. And when I traveled to Greece, wherever I was walking, I had goosebumps everywhere I was walking. When I went to Cyprus, the same. Was like, oh my God, here I've been before. I'm sure I've been before. At the time, I didn't do QHHT, so I couldn't prove to myself these type of things. But later on in my days, when I started the quantum healing hypnosis, yeah, I started asking those questions, and I was getting the confirmations that I needed about that. And that's why when something like that happens to someone else, I have the feeling that there is a very high percentage that person has been there before. Just like Brother Wesley is in Valencia now. And he's starting to feel things that are very, very magical. Ateni Shamuma, Tini Makata Nata. They are asking me to, they are telling me to check my mobile just to see if Melissa is having an issue coming in. No. Okay. No. Okay. So she is thinking of us for sure. She also falls asleep because she has a little boy, and he's pure energy. So when she falls asleep, she doesn't even notice that she falls asleep. And sometimes she comes to the group like 2 hours later or something like that. And she said, Ismael, I was just sleeping there. And I said, you know that this place is completely volunteer. If someone wants to attend to these encounters, it's all volunteering. Here we send love, we send intentions, we set intentions, and we send good intentions to the planet and to humanity. In the act of doing so, we bring light languages. We also channel some other messages for the times that we are living now. But before we continue, some blessings will be great. Do you want to bring some blessings, Kaya? Whatever it comes to your infinite heart. Kanikana.
Wase nakai halani. Urukuni hala. Zayani. Harini halakai. Jaruni kalahai.
Atuna mutainaka, totinako. Wow, so happy, so happy. Tuma sanakiato na. Hotaka bumbata kaku kuta. Yeah, and I'm telling them, look, my joy is already like endless. Plus, I feel the joy from these entities that they are talking the languages. It's like Big Bang again, like bang, explosion, blast. Kuhuana matuini kataine. Hotuna katapukuko. They say, how can we control ourselves just the same way that you can control yourself? Nikana, is there anything to control when it comes out of love? Tina kamu, sanita nakatani. The whole human kind is learning how to truly release that control. Amus itana sunaka. Stop controlling joy. Stop controlling laughter. Stop controlling everything that benefits you. Kanamu ninaka. Hinato tana uhuka. Tisene mekato. Mutunaka. Tenikato toinamako. Hanekato tainamuko. Haneka, Nunakana. So these are the ancestors that usually come with Wesley. Magunetekina Teshana. And they are saying that, saying we are actually doing that every week. We are remembering that we should allow the joy flow naturally 100%. And if light language, channeling, drawing, dancing, if all of that come out of love, why we keep controlling that? Why we keep being afraid of doing that? Nina kana. It's not me saying that. I know why we do that. I know why but they say that in these light languages that they were speaking, like the ancestors. Like, why you keep doing that? They know also why we do that, but it's a way of telling us, come on guys, come on guys, come on guys, release the control, because that's the key to be free. That's the key to be divine. It's just to be yourselves. It's just to release all the control. Hamuni na kanitana, kutina katota nikama, tukano totana. They say, can you imagine how funny it is for us to see that you already know this, but you still control yourselves? We have a lot of laughter, they say in our dimensions. We have a lot of laughter, but we know that is part of your process. Munita, mukanota nite, many density we have to bear in our system. Mika komasa, sinakatona, natural process, nothing to rush. Mukanata, ninakanatana, just your own rhythm. Hanikanata, shinana. So they are saying all of this so that we don't misunderstand what they are saying, because they are not saying that we need to rush, we need to hurry up. We just need to take our own rhythm, and each person has its own rhythm. Now we can share things on how to improve and what things to do in order to improve. Yes, but differently than the way we do things, for example, in the school, when the teacher is putting you pressure, when you have a deadline And you need to demonstrate certain results based in a deadline. Here, there is not a deadline. Just the knowing that is good for you. The knowing that the more you practice, the more you will release all this control, all these fear-based thoughts or habits, and suddenly you will be flowing in a way that you will be demonstrating to yourself that you are capable to do everything. Hanu Nikana, because you are capable to do everything. Nikana, Nuna Kana, no exception. Nukuntana, Ninaka Mota. Museneta Mukate, Sonakana ta Puku Nikane. Ona Moha, Omosane Katanuta, Mosanita Muma, Mumentitana Kukanata. They asked me, do you have the sense, the feeling of having beings around you? Kana Mohani, Sunina Kana. Nina, not only in this moment, but usually. Kanagunaka, Sonaka, Kukana.
I don't often think about it, but sometimes.
Okay.
And if I like, if I want to call in protection, there's certain ones that I.
Okay. So when they say that whenever you feel the presence, let's say that you call for protection, and then you start feeling their presence. When you start feeling that presence, try to connect with them, not only for protection, but to connect with them, with the energy, with the communication.
Like speaking light language, or
For example, or drawing,
yeah.
or it comes singing, because sometimes to me comes like I really sing bad, really bad. But if you think that you sing bad, you never do it.
Yeah.
But at some point here in the light languages, we just started singing, all of us, like not caring at all about how that sounded. And the more we were doing that, more we were helping all of us. We were helping each other because we were not judgmental towards each other. We were not looking at each other like, oh, you sing so bad. No, they were all enchanted by the light language. Not by, if we think about the way we sing on earth, we block again. If we don't think in the way we sing on earth and we just let it flow, the light languages themselves, independently of how you sound, they will bring you a lot of love and peace and high vibration. Mudina, because it relies in the frequency of the light languages and not in the sound of how you sing. If you sing more like tenor or more like soprano or in any other scale, no, of singing, more acute or whatever. Flow. So whenever we feel the present, they say, take that opportunity to create communication with them, whether it's painting or like, okay, now that you are here, if you have something to show me or to tell me, please guide my pencil or bring me a vision. That, once again, shouldn't be with expectation. From the moment we put expectation, we break the whole thing, because expectation is a blockage. It's a blockage because you want to anticipate what hasn't happened yet, instead of allowing whatever that is meant to happen so that you can see what is gonna happen. Munina kaamo tanina, difficult for the human being because we've been programmed for many years to program everything in advance. So we need to undo and program, deprogram what is already programmed. Paninakumata. Practicing, we do that. Being exposed to sessions with love, naturally, without even thinking, we are doing that. Whether it's yoga, mutunita, or any other modality of love. Makatus ene, sitana mukatantina kuma. Ninakata, ninaka, puhainika, ninanakuana. Everything intervene and interfere in everything, but not obstaculizing, but the contrary, opening and expanding. Kanikanatunes isana. The more authenticity you bring to your life, just being you without controlling with your mind, the more you expand, the more you heal, the more everything with another person. But again, they say you don't even know it. You don't, in the moment, you don't even know it. And the same thing is with the light languages. Often you don't know what they mean. This is another thing. Are all light languages meant to be translated or interpreted? No, because they consider that when you speak light languages, that is having an impact in your chakras already, and that is meaningful already. So as that is meaningful and is having an effect on you, and your heart is feeling like, wow, what an amount of love is different. That is the communication. That is the language. That's the frequency. What happens that in the beginning is also tough to give meaning to something that we usually give meaning with our mind, thinking with our mind. When you tell me something in English, I try to understand it. And I think, well, what's she saying? Maybe not that much anymore, but if you maybe start talking about some subjects that I'm not used to speak in English here in UK, maybe I need to pay more attention, think a little bit more. And that is giving sense to myself. It's giving sense to the experience I'm having with you. Now, as many human beings on earth, they still have their chakra with some trauma or not totally healed. For those who still have trauma, it's going to take some time to get the meaning with the light languages. So they are going to feel like, yeah, they sound good, but I don't get anything. So I might get tired soon, or I might, I don't know, I might give up when I try one, the second time, and the third time, and I see that I don't get more out of them. Now, the light languages are effective even if we are not aware of them. Even if our heart chakra is blocked, the light languages are affecting already your whole system. I'm just doing a refreshing of information because sometimes we just forget to say a lot of things about the light languages. And today I felt like it would be good to say some of this because, yeah, sometimes new people, like newers, comes across with these videos. They need also some of this. Nina muka anis ini kinata namoma sinagata. They say, of course, everybody should have access to this and be able to understand it. Nisinekanata. But we are aware that you have so many things to cover sometimes and so much love to bring to the planet that you cannot be focusing always on that. Nina kana seneti tiana. They are always so comprehensive. They always understand you. It's not like humans that we feel duality so often. Like if I don't do this, I'm doing something wrong. Or if I do this, I'm doing this right. But if I don't do it, it's wrong. No, they usually give you all the angles and they say everything is great. But yeah, we also agree that today is really good that we bring some, how do you say when you paint like that, like
A stroke?
yeah, exactly, that you bring some strokes in your
Mhm.
painting. Tiana, kutana, muma, sinakata, tunaka. En español es pincelada, pinceladas. Kumatanikamata sitanaka tanitana mukana sonikamo sinitene teme kikao kokoti muka mutaitanu genetana kote sako konikana tuna. The more you expose yourselves to the languages, no matter who is channeling them, Magmasana is going to activate certain aspects of yourselves if your aspects of yourselves are related to those light languages. Kinikanototanata. That's why from the very beginning I created these light languages encounters. They were always bombarding me with like from 3 to 7 or 12 light languages differently. So in the beginning, I was like mad, like saying, why, what is all of this, no? But then, yeah, I understood with time that it's because we are meant to do that so that more people out there connect to them and click, and start making sense. And many people, they listen to them, they don't know what we are saying. We also, sometimes we don't know what we're saying, but we feel what we say. And one day we will learn that feeling is enough. And being human here on earth, you don't have to think all the time. You don't have to process all the time with your mind. Feeling is enough. But the feeling was like so sudden, so quick, so fast. Okay, but that was something, wasn't it? Yeah, it was something. So that is meaningful. It depends on you to give meaning to that or not. And sometimes those blockages come because we are just not used to give importance to these little things. And this, at the end of the day, connects with everything else in life. Because when we start acknowledging the little things in life, boom, everything is shining, everything is connected. We don't feel separated anymore. Musanita, Mukanata. What did you feel when you spoke your light languages? Kumishana kuwaka. Do you remember the feeling?
Not really.
No. Okay.
No.
This is practice, love. This is practice. If someone is watching this video right now, this is a place to practice. Okay, you can come here and practice. Like, for example, I will make questions, but are questions that I'm feeling guided to ask by my higher self. If you don't know the answer, this is not exam like in the 3D lives there. No, here we are here to support. We are here to support. We are here to embrace. We are here to just help to flow. If you are watching this video and you are a channeler and you are afraid to channel in public, you can come here also and practice your channeling here. We will welcome you. We will listen to you. And if we get some guidance from our higher self, we will share it with you. Anything we share with you, if you come to this group, is not something that you must follow. If it does resonate with your heart, follow it. If it doesn't, it's okay. There might be one brother, one sister, another brother, another sister telling you different things. But that's great because it's rich. This exchange of information that we channel is so rich because, once again, maybe the person who came here and was present here with us, maybe whatever I say, it didn't make sense, but whatever Wesley said, it did perfect sense. But then maybe someone watching the video, what Wesley said doesn't make any sense, but what I say makes sense. That's why it's so important that we keep expressing everything without judgments, because we never know who is out there who will come across with this information and will get activated. And sometimes we know perfectly that the activation, you only need to have that sense of connection with the sound, with the vibration, with the love of that person, not even knowing what the other person is saying, but the feeling that you get from the voice of that person or the advice itself. But sometimes it's not even the advice, sometimes it's just the frequency, just to be exposed to that energy. Amunina kana tina mukata otanita tu makatina maku asenaka tane nikantunana sinakamu makatata. I was feeling like, God, I have so much to say. I'm not gonna have time enough to say everything I want to say. But you see, I was already putting my human side interfering and putting pressure on myself. Why? My higher self was saying, and this guy or woman, he was saying, why you have to say everything today? They were saying, you have your entire life, and the concept that you have human, of dying, it gives you so much limitation in everything you do in life. It limits yourself so much in everything that sometimes you don't start trying new things because you think that you won't be able to experience them fully. And it's because maybe you have 50 years left on Earth, or maybe 10, or maybe 15. But that is something that they keep reminding me. Your life never ends. Your life never ends. And if after you leave the body, you want to keep experiencing, you can come back if you like. You can come back or experience it in other levels that the human is not aware yet, because there is a veil and we just don't see that. But we have opportunities, and we don't have to be like, oh my God, I won't have time to be a good channeler. You are already a good channeler to start with. If something doesn't work as you expect, first of all, get rid of the expectation, like we say before. But try to not compare. There are a lot of people comparing themselves with Bashar. Bashar is a very advanced channeler. If you compare yourself with Bashar, don't even try channeling. Honestly, don't even try channeling. Because channeling, the beauty of channeling and the pleasure of channeling is that anything that you channel, even if it's this small, it gives you so much pleasure. And that's the amazing thing about it. And if you can touch only one person in this planet with your channeling, that is more than enough. But take also into account that by practicing channeling, you are touching yourself. So how many times we have said that is you who have to open yourself, who is you opening yourself, who is you experiencing yourself. So practice channeling no matter what other people say. Mishana kutenitana muhanetana. The invocation that we had before was to cleanse the past lifetimes. Nina kawamata. Cleaning lifetimes is also very good. It was also very good so that we can continue without obstacle from other timelines, from the other. So it's very important to start doing these exercises, having some cleansing done. So you have in this video recorded this invocation, or you can use thousands of an infinite number of invocations or blessings or things that people already channel there in YouTube or in other platforms where you can cleanse aspects of your past. Nina ama tona makuma tina kotenita nakutana. There must be people, there might be people there who don't believe in angels, so they say, this invocation is not for me. That's right, that's okay. Find whatever resonates with you. Manina kataine, tunitana kotana. That is all that matters. Minaka, tonikatane. Even people doing bad things, and this is maybe I'm going to be bombarded for saying this, Kineactiana with comments in my channel, but even people who are doing bad things are resonating in that frequency and in that vibration. And many of these people doing that, many, from my personal opinion, is everyone. Everyone is doing what is meant to be doing. So even people doing bad things are doing what they are meant to do because they are showing to others what not to do, so that we gain awareness, we gain consciousness. That's what the Asian has so clear for so many centuries with the yin and the yang. Everything coexists. So we shouldn't discriminate someone who is doing bad things. We shouldn't point it or send bad energy, because the soul of that being is made of light. Yes, even if sound or looks like evil, is made of light, because light is everything that is. So if you go and you dig inside and you go deeper, one layer, deeper into another layer, at the end you will always find the soul made of light. So that's why they say don't judge in so many religions, in so many cultures, because they are doing their role. They are just doing what they are meant to do. They came to do that. Sounds crazy, I know, but they came to do that. And if you don't believe me on this, just look the world. Look how many people are manifesting today and in this week against what is happening to Palestine. Practically the whole world is united against what Israel is doing, the genocides. So that is growing a lot in awareness, in uniting the humankind, the human race. And these things will continue happening. And they will happen until we just wake up and we realize that, okay, enough is enough. And maybe that we know inside is what we should start practicing. There are many versions from many people that as we raise frequency, as we raise vibration, we are not going to be that much in touch with people who are still in full density. the way I got a channel message the other day is that we will perceive them, we will see them, but we won't intake the energy. So we will be capable to don't take the energy. So far we've been feeling personally everything. It's like if it's good, super good. If it's bad, super bad. And it put me like boom to the floor. It's like boom, bam, bam, like walking like that. But apparently we will reach the collective. We will reach those who are awakening and awaken. We will reach collectively a frequency that will allow us at some point to be aware of what's going on out there, but we are not going to feel the bad energy. So yeah, I'm looking forward for those moments because that will make my life much easier. Tu samuma tinakata. And I'm not saying this obviously with any negativity at all. It's just a fact, because everyone who is an empath is capable to feel the good and the bad very powerfully. And sometimes when it's too bad, it's tough to overcome it, and it's tough to just come back and remember where you were before. Yeah, they say that's why we create also the groups every week. If something happened during the week and you get lost, you can come back to the light again and just see your brothers, see your sisters, that they are in another frequency. You don't need to say much to see and to feel it. Joy, joy, joy is so contagious. Mukanaka, tumakata, nikana, sanakata. Do you have anything to express, Ada? Whatever it comes.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. And even if something comes out and you don't want it to be published, we don't publish it.
Okay.
That's something I want to say also here. You have the freedom that whenever you are practicing something, if you don't feel happy with the channeling, with the feeling that you have about yourself whilst doing that, just let me know. I go, I edit it, and I take that part off. That is the way. Kalmushana. Freedom. Kanikana. Freedom they say freedom has to exist in order to flow. Otherwise, we won't fully flow ever. Nanakumata. Turika. Tasana. Monaka. So that's why whatever it comes out, put it out. Even if it's like something like that. Also, the feeling when someone is telling you, do something. It's very important to transcend that, because it's not an order. It's not an order. And we have received so many orders in our lives, so many people forcing us to do something, like it has to be now. No, it doesn't have to be now. Now you tell me, Ismael, later on. Okay, later on. But I encourage everyone to try whatever it comes out, because nothing is a waste of time. Nothing that you try in practicing spirituality is a waste of time. Not even 5 minutes of meditation. It's great. It's great. Or some music that you say, I only have 5 minutes. Maybe I can listen half of this song. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Don't block yourself from listening that song if you are feeling that song. Because if you are feeling that song, There is a meaning behind. Maybe in the lyrics, maybe in the frequency that is gonna give you the energy that you need for whatever is coming next. Whatever is it. The flow give us the understanding of everything as comes, because humans cannot predict, really. We cannot predict. We can predict a percentage of probability of something, of something to happen. But for example, when someone asks Bashar, when is first how they call it, disclosure, when is first contact happening? When is first contact happening? At this moment, he put the face like this. At this moment, there is a 75% of probability. He never say it's gonna happen this day. He say this moment, when we check, considering the evolution in the whole collective of humankind, there is 75%. Now, that doesn't mean that tomorrow is gonna be 75. It can vary. It can change to less or to more. So that's Shina Muka Natune Shanakata Nika no Sanakata Mukutunaka. You believe in fate, but fate is not as you understand it on earth. Fate is more complex of what we think that this is gonna happen. And when someone is assertive in something, it's because he saw that high percentage of that happening, and maybe that percentage was 99.9% of probability. So of course it's gonna happen to you because you are ready to experience that. Or in that moment of your life, what is the best for you to happen is maybe that encounter with another person, or a trip that you take somewhere, or maybe start playing an instrument, whatever comes next. We never know what comes next. And that's, to me, the beauty of life. You don't know what is coming next. Surprise after surprise, surprise after surprise. But the mind wants to control everything. Oh no, I want it to be perfect. I want this encounter to be perfect. What is perfect? Isn't it perfect like this? Why is not perfect like this? Maybe for people it's not perfect, but for the people who have been seeing these encounters from the day one, for them, all of them is perfect. All of them. Maybe they resonate one day more and they have a more impactful, high feeling, or other times they have less or more. It varies, but they always get something. So isn't it that perfect? I think that's perfect. I think that's life itself. Sometimes we get a lot, sometimes we get less, sometimes like this, sometimes like that, and changes. Tumakatinama, mutsinakatamu, hanata inita kawanata. They say, cállate, smile. Let her talk.
Do they speak Spanish?
And I didn't notice that I spoke Spanish. What is true. Yeah, what. Yeah, that was like shut up, Ismael. For those who don't understand Spanish, that was shut up, Ismael, and let her talk.
Wakani Harikini Shalaini Hawani. Heoni, Karini, Hashu, Karini, Halani. It feels like there's like an infinite portal of expression, you know, and like limiting it to just a language that I know. Now I starting to see like it's such like a little box, right? And yeah.
And that language you spoke
Mm-hmm.
is a language that someone in the Spanish group also used to speak. She doesn't come anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that I know that is a woman, but I don't remember who she is. Because if in the following days my higher self or somehow I recall who was that lady, I will send you the video where that lady is speaking them, because that's gonna create also activation.
Yeah.
This is the same. Ika anata, mata ika anata. And also I have experience over the years that people who speak the same language, when they speak each other, like human to human, they have so many things in common. So the light language is connecting us also here on Earth. It's connecting aspects of ourselves that are fractals. And as fractals, yeah, we are doing an amazing job in merging all our fractals inside us. That's what we are doing. We've been fractals, and now we are putting all together to be the oneness. Now, light languages, they come to assist so that we can identify also the people to dissolve the traumas with. Sometimes are not traumas, just different aspects separated from each other, that you were together in a certain past lifetime or timeline, and in this lifetime you have felt separated from each other. So when you speak the light languages, it's like, I feel that with Brother Wesley, to be honest. And I feel that with Melissa, and I feel that with Allison, I feel that with Christy, I feel that with Tawa, I feel that with Luis, practically with all of them. At some point, we weren't aware of that. But as time passed and we met again and again and again, and we shared the same light languages, we were saying, what's going on today? Something changed inside me. Something changed inside me. And sometimes we are not aware that it's actually those light languages that we are pronouncing or expressing what is connecting what has been separated for a while. Hanika Musa Nishanakata. Doesn't mean that once you meet that person, you need to be speaking light languages all the time with that person. No. It's love. That is up to you. Once you find that person, you just need to be loved in any form. Do you want to do it with light languages? Do it with light languages. It's very special with light languages. But did you feel like doing it, like exchanging or sharing paintings or sharing poetry? Yeah, and there is a person from, I think she's from Nicaragua. I think she's from Nicaragua, and she writes poetry very similar to the way my mother used to write poetry. So imagine how much that enchanted me inside when I read for the first time her poetry. And now we exchange poetry with each other all the time. Maninkanata, What happens is that I don't focus too much in poetry because I'm doing already a lot of work with the light languages. So what I do is light languages with the interpretation, and I send it to her, and then she replies with poetry. And this is like, wow, it's fascinating. It's really like, really what at some point we will be doing, all of us, because we are in that flow to unity. We are in that direction, whether we like it or not. We can postpone it, we can delay, but we go all in that direction. Now is no way back. I know there is no way back. Now is, okay, I can keep myself close or down or postpone something that I know I'm able to do, or I can just give a go every day and try to connect with this person, release the shy feeling. There was one video where I say we have normalized feeling shy or embarrassed on earth, but feeling shy or embarrassed is one of the worst things in the humankind because it stops us from being ourselves. And we just normalize. I know, I remember my mother saying, no, he's just shy. He's just shy. Oh, he's shy. And then the people laugh and they just go, and there is nothing done. The thing is addressed but normalized, and as it's normalized, they didn't do something about it. And I think we need to help people to feel comfortable, and we do that naturally, just being ourselves and love. I know that, but sometimes we need to let also our instinct flow, and our higher self speak, and then just do whatever it comes, like boom, and just say. And a lot of people have experienced being impulsive, and when they come to channeling, they fear that if they say the first thing that comes to them, they will be impulsive and they could hurt someone. No anymore, because we are not in the same frequency. And if you are in a group like this, if you do it, we are going to understand that you didn't mean it, that you just say that, and that is part of trying, and that is part of allowing and releasing the control that we put, all the fear. So mistaking, we have heard thousands of times that mistaking doesn't exist, but that's still difficult for the human mind to accept. There is no mistakes. So we should allow to each other to make as many mistakes as we can, and be tolerant and be compassionate. And that's what we should do more and more as we come more to groups, to teach methods, to anything. We should let them mistake, because that is the step for them to realize that there wasn't a mistake, that was just a step to reach that level of awareness. Musina, musana, senikanata, tinaka totana. You are all capable to transform everything into lovely music. Musana kisana mukata, musenikatana, sinakata. Is there anything else that you would like to add? They say. Intentions, the same way we do the intentions, like we mention them with English words in this group, in the Spanish, the same way that when we are going to say the words, to put the feeling with the intention there. It's like, and allow to be the channel. Allow to be the channel. Whatever it comes. Ikamuta. The alignment of the spine, they say also. Anusana. Even if you feel like your head needing like to place it a little bit back, don't feel weird, because I felt so weird when I did my angelic Reiki courses. I was feeling like my head going back, and even the teacher didn't know what was that about. She was getting images of me being a priest who was channeling doing that. Kanata, but later on I understood that it does help the alignment. Kamuta aneta.
I think I'm feeling tired.
You're feeling tired.
Yeah. And hungry.
Esto es super, this is very important that Keira mentioned this as well here in the video, because this is also very important to be very honest with yourselves and with the person you are practicing with. Because if we get tired and we continue, we are just forcing our system. And there is no point in forcing anything. Why? Because we mentioned it before. We have this lifetime and continues and continues. So Aten is a cook, Atenica. In the past, I had people who were trying and trying and trying. And after, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes, they were telling me, I think I feel tired. And they were already telling me that, but I was saying, well, if they are feeling tired, I mean, I imagine that they will tell me, but they weren't telling me. So I find this very important because it has happened to me many times before, and I think it's very important to know in spirituality, we shouldn't force anything. Everything is antagonist, is against spirituality if we try to force it. Hanes sita anakot, eti anako, senika tanakuto. Do you feel like sharing intention for the planet or for humanity? Like just saying whatever you feel in your heart to send love, or we are going to support these intentions with light languages. I'm going to do it. If you feel like channeling some, it's up to you. But if you feel tired, I wouldn't advise to put more. But sometimes I feel tired, and then my higher self gives me another spark of, and then I feel connected again, and I say, where is that coming from? And then I feel already energetic. You never know. You never know. So that's why it's always important to leave the option to any result, the opportunity to any result to happen. Musiaka, tosana, kawaka. Tu corazón es lo que importa. Uanaka. Your heart is what is important, whatever your heart wants to say. Kanikan tutuaka.
My intentions are for peace and understanding and wellness, self-compassion, and rest.
Very important. Very important. Sua sinawamaka tosanaka totai te tauma. Very recently, we have had a full moon, and that was super powerful. And when those full moons happen, it's very difficult to rest. So yes, I also joined this intention because so much is happening, so much is going on. Those who have the chakras very open, we are feeling everything. So yeah, we really need to rest. And the message from before, to don't force anything. If the body says something, be loyal to your body, to your higher self, to everything, to everything in your life. The thing is that the more loyal you are to everything, the more you create alignment with yourself. I come from generations where they used to tell me, my grandmother and my mother, they used to tell me from time to time, to say a lie is not a problem, son. If that lie is not a big lie, it's okay. And I was so much in disagreement with that. I say, yeah, but it doesn't feel good in me, so I won't do it, because even if it's little, it doesn't feel good in me saying a lie. And so I was raised with that, and I had to work on those little lies that they are meaningless. And I noticed when I had my awakening that I had to get rid of these silly, stupid little lies that sometimes we do and we say. Why? Because maybe it's a little effect what you get when you lie a little bit about something. But when you have a little bit from this lie, a little bit from another lie, a little bit from all together, is a lot. So no lies. If you can avoid to lie to everyone and to everything, starting from yourselves. I know that sometimes we are a little bit lost or in chaos, and we lie to ourselves, but that's part of the process. That you sooner or later you realize that you've been lying to yourself. Kinakana, but I mean consciously lying, aware of being lying. Kauna, sinikanta, sonetana tate titiana mumate titiana. So I want to set my intention for people to create better discernment of this lack of loyalty to themselves, mukana, including ourselves. If there is anything left that we might need to pay attention to in order to create more alignment, please help us to be aware, the whole collective. Tana kuanika amo. So yeah, I want to set the intention so that people understand more and more that whatever we do for ourselves impact in everyone else. Kaanata, so that we stop being selfish, and so that we start understanding every brother and sister as part of ourselves. Muhatana atinaka Tona. I want to set the intention to detect manipulation. Kanuti Yanakuna Hanatoti Yanakata. And I want to set the intention to send love to all these movements for peace, for all these movements for equality between genders, so that we can connect more, that we can accept more, that we can be more compassionate and love each other. Mukati te sotanaka. I want to set the intention for everyone who is starting in the process of expressing more the soul, whatever form of expression. I want to send a lot of love to the throat chakra, to the heart chakra, and to the solar plexus. Heart chakra, so that we can feel it. Solar chakra, solar plexus chakra, so that we can have the reassurance and the knowing that what we are doing is not wasting our time. That universal awareness. And the throat chakra, so that we can let anything be expressed. Tikatus isana, tamu tenika anata. And also remove any blockage in all people that might be stopping anything from expression. And today we have here the galactic beings as well. They came together with the angelic realm and the ancestors before. Kanak unak teti enekti kaumo. Kamutana. We both present in this group. We are very connected also to the angelic realm. Kinik antona tisentika. So at some point it will be almost impossible to don't have them, even if the main theme is the galactic beings. Unota, we don't fall into those limitations. We let any being participate. Kana te sana, and once again, they are all of them here. Kana kates ane, mumma tene, the birds being the blue avians, kamuta te, as well, very present. Tistanok, antunika, saneta. So this is the transmission to support these intentions we share, Keira and I. Kamute sitamo hatenika. Tosama muka sitaiti gao kute tititi gao kutao shinamo hanekamo sane. Hamute tini titianak. Tanti tanak bababa ishitaku kamubata shinaka. Motaika kuti titi titi titi. Patika papa tita naku titi titi yanaka. Mosa titi yanaka. Kutai nita tina tina kata. They are proceeding now with the activation of the chakras. Ta tamu stita tukite titi amu titi yana. Na na ne ni titi yanaka. Tini kawamata. Whenever you want to send love to the whole collective, you just need to visualize a human being, and you projecting the energy and love to that human being, understanding that that human being represents the whole collective. There are infinite many ways of doing this, but this is one way we want to share with you. Kanakatantamu senisha. The same way when a part of your body hurts, kanate, many of you empaths, it's very likely that you will feel pain in that area of your body. Often that pain is not consequential of something wrong in your body, but you are just tapping in that frequency that affects the human collective, let's say, liver, if there is too much anger. Umasanis, senisana, musinetiana, and there is no need to have a problem. You can visualize the person and just send love to the entire body, so that you send love to all the bodies, to all the human beings on earth. Musana sita. Horana ti pipirikti ti amarupakatu papa paritita. Unima kuma pupu sutika. Uchida boku bushiteta kita. Mubaka ne saine kiti yanaka. Onika donakata. Sunika na taine. Umo saine. Siki ne taka. Hato te ne te eki makwa. Tosene ti mikishna puma taise. Sonaka tane tato taisata. Konini kinata tate ne te tiyanakata. The sign language is also there for galactic beings who are in a very early age. Kanaka, for children, let's say. Kanutanaka, Tinitanakata, very young children who can understand the signs. Tamuka hasanete itenika. There are many children watching now. Kana musana. Sinini kana taina. Mutenetaka. Some languages for them are familiar, but many of them are not. So the sign language helps and support them to understand the transmission. Tanika mus anaka. Neneti sinika tatawoma. Kana tenetata. They say, we learn a lot from you, humans. Kanaka teneta. Nugunta taine. Sinisa. So much excitement. Kane teneta. Every time you allow us, Kane, to participate. Kuonota, or only watch. Mutana tesana kate. Kiniti anaka mosa inakata. Lusenia Diana Hotane Katone. They are saying that there are many galactic beings who still feel a lot of pressure from tasks, from things they do, and watching us in the process of releasing control, releasing tension, that also support them in doing the same. Because they are still galactic beings who receive many orders and many lot of work. More and more you discover that your work relies in doing things with joy. Kanaka, Enisana. You will find the ways, even in places where at first sight it seems impossible. Kanata, to find. Tane Yana, nothing's impossible. Kana Santika. Tosanata. Walk your path without fear. Katane, release the tension from your legs. Kanite, from your extremities. Kanata, for all your body. Handa Nikanato Tano Tanita Hotaneka. Okay. Punto Masanat Wata. Where did you go, Geira? You were really gone. You were really gone. Kamuma, Taina Kawatanika,
I was
Tosana.
in the galaxy.
In another galaxy, no?
Yeah.
I was completely gone as well. But they also told me that for 2 days enough. Musi Shapukwa. There is a lot of information. Sometimes we think that the more information, the better. No, not all the time that is accurate. We never set control in these encounters. We usually all feel it. We all feel I think we got to the end, no? And everybody, oh yeah, I feel it too. I feel it too. Sometimes they want to carry on. And if I feel tired, what I do is that I become receptive. And I relax. And then Melissa or whoever is in present, or Wesley or Alison, they carry on because they feel like they have more to say. So I don't want to stop them. And it's a pleasure to hear them anyway. Hanish and sometimes they ask us, just relax. Now is your turn to receive. Musina ka tani tana ka tana. Tina wamata. Kukuntana. Tontiniaka. Many in your planet still have that tendency. The tendency to give. And they have the tendency to forget that they are meant to receive as well. Yeah, I know. I see that every day, practically. Every day. I have friends that I play basketball with, and they are always giving you something. Oh, come home and we do some dinner. But then when you offer, they close. They close and you say, you still have that to transcend that part of receive without fear and understanding that not everybody is giving you something conditionally. That's what I love at these encounters, that we never in 3 years we have said to each other, hey, I did that to you, why you didn't do that to me? Never, never, nothing. We always end like saying, is even more than I thought that I was going to receive today. We always feel like that, like, wow, so much generosity from everything, from everyone, from all these beings. Why? Because they are so many there wanting to also participate, because they evolve with us as they interact with us. They also evolve. So they also want to evolve. It's normal. Because this experience that they have through us, channeling, is unique. It doesn't happen in other places the same way. Kanata. The human way is unique for them, so they want to taste the experience in a way.
Playtime.
What's that?
Playtime.
Juanata Nutua. Yeah, Keira, thank you for coming. And
Thank you so
have
much.
a pleasure. I've been from the moment one.